Oh, what is good? We're live. We're rolling. We got BigCo. We got Chev. Today, we're going to talk about some cornerstones for your pleasure. So these are, obviously exactly what it sounds like. These are the foundational pieces of your dynasty team. And then, we set some age thresholds because, dynasty starts at some point. You start after a certain age, maybe starting to lose value for no good reason except for age. And everyone in this room can feel that a little bit, right? So and then we have some other buckets that we're going to go ahead and place everybody in. We've gone through this exercise, and we've got about 11, 12 different buckets that we can place a bunch of different players in. So we'll go through this tonight. We're going to do our cornerstone rankings on air and then drop other guys in buckets on air as well, give you an idea what those buckets are when we're going through it. This is just kind of a way to kind of tell you generally, kind of where these guys fit in a roster construction scenario, right? How's everybody doing?
How's everybody doing?
I like the idea of the buckets. We got some ascending stars. We got some money makers. We got the respected OGs. We got the glue guys. We got some tweeners. These buckets are going to be good.
Right. So starting off here, just to kind of give you an idea of what the show is and where we're going and how we're coming to these designations. The receiver threshold and running back threshold are both 26 years old through the season, right? So if you turn 27 in the season, you are not available to be a cornerstone. Tight end is 28 and quarterback is 30, but all of these are through the season, right? So if you hit any of those marks in the season, you're out. Right. So that's how we come up with this. And then like BigCo mentioned, we have some buckets here, right? We've got your cornerstones and we've kind of laid out what those are. We have your foundational contenders. These are essentially guys that have sort of aged out of the cornerstone threshold, but basically have been cornerstones throughout most of their career, right? Pretty easy, pretty cut and dry there. Then we have your ascending stars. The name is what it is, right? These are going to be your younger guys with probably good draft capital and good situations, but we just need to see a little bit more from them consistently to say, hey, or maybe even rookies to say, hey, that you're in the cornerstone area. Then we have the tweeners, like BigCo was saying. These are guys who, for whatever reason, don't fit into the cornerstone bucket, mostly probably because of some sort of situation, whether it's real life, on the field, off the field, or just the team situation that you're in, right? So or they just don't fit into, hey, you're not in this bucket, you're not in this bucket. So we kind of have like a tweeners bucket there. Then we have money winners and value losers. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Those are guys that, hey, you could pick up, and for 2 more years, they're going to score you a bunch of points, but they're going to probably continue to lose value, right? But if you're winning and you're trying to have the end goal of actually winning money at fantasy, these guys are way more valuable to you. But like if you're a rebuilder, you probably don't want any of those guys because they're going in the wrong direction for the most part. Then we have the prove it tier. These are going to be kind of your younger guys that we want to see really come out here and do it, and then they could move into a different tier. We got your money making OGs. Those are your old guys that, if you're anywhere near not a top 4 team, you don't want to mess with those guys. We got the glue guys. So these guys are going to be sort of your 2s and 3s. They kind of are going to hold the bottom end of your roster together. Then we have your 6th man. These guys are going to be the guys coming off the bench, hopefully, or a flex play for you if you're in a deeper league. You don't really want to have to start them, but you like having them, and they could come in and really have some big minutes for you. Or they're certainly flex worthy in some instances, but they're not necessarily the guy that you want to have to rely on. And then we have your lottery tickets, and that's pretty self-explanatory. Those are going to be later round value guys with upward trajectory. I think we're going to end up breaking that into, youth lottery tickets and veteran lottery tickets, of sort of being like, hey, this is a $5 scratch off, this is $20 scratch off, essentially. We're gonna break this into 2 different buckets of lottery picks, and then we will have stashes, which we just dropped the stash video today or yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, go check that out. But we'll have a stash list for you. So bunch of different stuff, a lot of information to take in there. I'm sure people will come in halfway through and say, what the hell are you doing? But
if I could do a scratch off right now,
We should have all got one for this.
Next week, I'll bring one live. We'll scratch it. We'll see what happens.
And we do have a couple questions that some of the listeners so generously hit us with a little bit of a tip. So we will answer those questions at some point in the stream, but all the other questions we'll probably have to wait because we're going to kind of focus on this today. So jumping right into it. Let's get into it here, boys. Everybody good? Everybody understand the rules?
Does everyone oh yeah, I'm just here. I just wanted to have a good time with the guys. It's about the friends that we made along the way, not the money that you make.
That's right. That's right.
What pansy said that?
I don't know. Somebody who like, has a bunch of 8th place trophies.
2nd place.
Yeah.
All right. So let's jump into it.
Championships.
Let's start ranking these cornerstones. What position group would you guys want to start with? Quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, or tight ends?
Tight ends.
Tight ends?
Nobody likes tight ends but me.
Boss.
Whoa.
I almost spit my water on my computer. My computer just dodged the bullet.
93 on the pause gun, bud.
Just so you know, Chev is holding his microphone tonight. He's in a new location. Setup is not quite ready, so he's going to be newscastering this evening. So,
this is
all right.
Richard Udown coming to you live from the FF Dynasty.
Richard Udown. All right. Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, both hit the age threshold. Both are cornerstones, right?
Sure.
Right. We're not much debate there.
Easy.
So we'll add him as a cornerstone. We'll add him as a cornerstone. Now the question becomes, are Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren done enough for your pleasure to be a cornerstone, or are we going to go ahead and place them in some other buckets down the line here?
What you got, Chev?
I mean, I'm not going to make them cornerstones just yet. I mean, we've seen actual elite seasons, historical all-time seasons from the guys that are cornerstones. So I feel like it's like it goes from the Hall of Fame to the Hall of Very Good very quickly. And we just need a little bit more. I just need a little bit more. I mean, there's a guy that we're probably going to talk about because I'm contractually obligated to talk about him for the last like 15 months or so. But there's a guy who, if we're going to do that, then he belongs in the same tier with them. So I can't quite do it yet.
BigCo, how you feeling?
I see it. I think at least Loveland for sure. And you could make a case for Warren, Kraft, Fannin if you wanted to put them in, make them cornerstones. With the caveat being like, let's put a little bit, it seems like that's disrespectful to Brock Bowers and Trey McBride, right? It's like, I think that's what Chev is saying. Like, they're not good enough yet, and they haven't shown us enough yet to be on pace with those two guys, value-wise. So you put them in the same bucket, you call them all cornerstones, it seems like we're pairing them up. And it's not respectful enough for Bowers and McBride. If you could put a little checkmate and a little extra star beside their badge and say, hey, these two guys are untouchable, but I think like the value in what Colston Loveland represents, Tyler Warren, potentially Tucker Kraft and Harold Fannin, like it's just so hard to find a good young stud tight end. I think those guys are cornerstones. I really do. And I don't want to get into the throwing cornerstone around. If you want to just cut it off at McBride and Bowers, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I think for me, like you said, out of the respect to those two guys and how elite they've been and how untouchable they are in most scenarios, I'm going to leave Loveland and Warren off that list, even though I think that they're going to be right there really soon. And I think Kraft and Fannin, I think could make cases for themselves this year. Hell, Pitts does what he does again. He might have to be on this list too.
That's kind of the thing. But it's like we're still waiting for those elite seasons to reward us to make us put them there. We've already got those from Brock Bowers and Trey McBride. That's what makes it a little bit more difficult for me to do so.
Yeah. All right, so we'll keep those two as cornerstones, and we're going to go down the line here. Wide receivers is next on the tab, and let's jump over there. Okay, Jamar Chase, cornerstone, right?
CC.
JSN, cornerstone, right?
Book.
Puka Nacua, cornerstone.
Book. Yeah. Yeah, well,
Amon-Ra St. Brown does not reach the age threshold, so he will be out for now because he'll be 27 in season. Malik Neighbors.
St. Brown, you a cornerstone in my book, buddy.
AJ, nothing but a number, baby. All right, Malik Neighbors.
All right.
This is somebody
all day.
who's
Easy.
we've seen flashes,
Easy.
but does the
Easy.
injury make you want to not be a cornerstone?
Easy.
No,
So
absolutely not.
So he checks the bucket of historically significant performance, most targets ever for a rookie ever, most receptions by a wide receiver for a rookie ever. And he was 18 points a game, wasn't he, for his rookie year?
Yeah.
So he's checked off all the boxes for me.
Okay, but Deion Sanders' toe and knee injury make you worried.
I mean, look, hammer toe is a real deal. All right, all in churches in the South. Okay, and those women get up and make greens and do all kind of stuff and walk around, and so Malik Neighbors could come in and make millions of dollars and make us money in our fantasy leagues. You understand? So, yeah.
Hey, I'm with it.
Until he tells me he's getting it amputated, I'm in.
I'm with it. All right. Justin Jefferson also out of the cornerstone conversation because of age. CeeDee Lamb as well because of the age threshold that we have set. All right, that takes us to Drake London. Is Drake London a cornerstone?
Smack it. Yes. Yes.
BigCo?
I could go either way. Yes and no.
What's going on here?
What makes you say no?
Yeah,
give us the
nothing. He's his target. He's a target hog. He's a target hog. He's young enough. If he's young enough to be it still, he's a stud. When the ball comes his way, he's catching it. I get it. He's a monster. He hasn't felt as valuable as those other guys yet. Like it's almost like a Tyler Warren thing in the tight ends, right? But he's a beast.
I mean, dude, wasn't he wide receiver 7? That's his best season.
It's like obviously.
You're saying that he hasn't been there for as long as the other guys?
I'm saying that that's basically the same idea as like if Colson Loveland and Tyler Warren get in a group chat with McBride and Bowers and bring down the average value, like Drake London being in the same group chat with Jamar Chase here and, Puka and JSN just doesn't feel quite right, but I'm okay being wrong and I'm okay clicking it and I'm okay putting him in there.
I think he's the bottom of the tier here just because of the value. And we've seen plenty of when everything's like it should be and there's a quarterback upright that can get him the ball. He can produce top high-end numbers, and he's somebody who is very hard to trade for, which I feel like, there's kind of like 3 boxes that you have to check here for the cornerstone, where the grip is not super loose on Drake London. So
agreed. And when Penix was healthy, the defense knew where he wanted to throw the ball, and it was going to London, and the defense couldn't stop it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, okay, so to your point, we haven't hit the high highs that we hit with with a Malik Neighbors, potentially with JSN or with Puka, but that there's potential there, and he's already got 150 target season under his belt. So, and the high end production. So it just I agree with what you're saying. Like, hey, it's not quite the same as these other guys, but I feel like he still belongs there.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to put Drake London in there. And this brings us to the next question. Is he the last one, or is Teteroa McMillan a cornerstone? Because this is a tricky one. I think right now I do have him in my cornerstone list. I think the value is strong on him. We're like a year away from potentially how we just feel about Drake London right now, right? We feel like everything Drake London has and is doing can be Teteroa McMillan. Right? Or at least I do. And I'm pretty sure you feel the same way, Chev.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been very clear about that.
Yeah. So does he, I feel like he's just one of those, to me, like it does feel like there's a value drop off to any of the next receivers, perceived and in rookie drafts or rather startup drafts, however you want to chop it up. So And
think
the value is really strong.
I think when you said there's a couple check marks you got to have, like I don't think anybody's. I think he's just as hard to trade for as Drake London would be, most likely. If I had a problem with Drake London, I definitely got. Tet goes in my rising potential stud list. You know, he's not a. He should in textbook dynasty terms, he should be a cornerstone. But if he's like I said, if he's in the same, he's not in the same group with Puka, JSN, and Jamar Chase. He's not. And that's what that Loveland and Warren wasn't in the same group with Bowers and McBride. That's the game. Like if you're gonna get that gold crest by your name, you better bring it. And if I was hesitant about Drake London, I got to be hesitant plus a little bit more for Tet.
What you think, Chev?
I understand it. I mean, if we're looking at it in terms of what it means in your lineup in terms of points per game, he's at what 12.4 his rookie year. So he hasn't quite hit that ceiling. So I understand that. But in a trade, again, you're not getting him for cheap because everybody believes including myself, everybody believes he's going to ascend. But yeah, he can't be in this tier because you'd have to add a plus to whatever. You'd have to add a plus to get one of these other guys if you were trying to trade the big pineapple, Tetero McMillan, for one of the other guys. So yeah, by definition, he can't go in this tier.
Yeah. What's up, everybody who's just kind of tapped in? We're doing cornerstones here. I have Tetero in there, and for the sake of this evening, I'm gonna throw him in there right now. But
I'm the click commander.
I'm very tepid on that and could be convinced otherwise. So, all right, but nobody else, right? Egbuka, Tate, Pickens. We know CeeDee Lamb, St. Brown, Jefferson. They don't hit the threshold, and we'll double back on the next tier of guys here, right? So
I guess we're gonna have a 20-minute long discussion on Pickens tonight, aren't we, boys?
But do we? So I mean, is anybody else a cornerstone?
Can't be. I don't feel like they can be.
Okay,
not right now.
I don't think so either. If Tet's the tweener, then and maybe we move him off this list by the end of the show. Then no. All right, let's go to the running backs. All right, Bijan, hit the button. Gibbs, hit the button. Genty,
smack, yeah,
hit the button. Love,
yeah,
we're gonna hit the button. Achan,
don't disrespect me like this. Hit the button.
We're hitting the button.
Okay.
Taylor doesn't make the age threshold, and James Cook don't make the age threshold. Is Omarion Hampton a cornerstone? I'm going to say no.
So transferring positionally to the running back position now.
That's what we
just said about
we're talking different stuff now. You're right, Chev. Yeah. Go preach, brother, preach.
Yeah, we got to do the same. We got to do the same thing with Omarion Hampton, man. 15 points a game. That's not what you're going to get from an Achan. You don't have the same certainty with the most guaranteed money for a running back ever with Jeremiah Love. And you know, the fact that he got selected third overall. So there's the draft capital thing that makes you know that he's going to be a part of the focal point of the offense in the run game for at least the next 2 years. If he sucks, maybe they bring somebody in, maybe some veteran starts to usurp him, but you know, this is awesome. So yeah, I'm good with that. Not, you know how I feel about Ashton Genty. So
yeah. And look, you can make the same argument for Genty and Tate like we were just talking about there, but like we've seen that the situation was so poor, and from what I saw from Genty, I'm good, and like Love's value is already so high, and like you said, draft capital, all those other things in there, like just from a perspective of where those guys are and value, to be able to pry them from anybody's team, regardless of how you think the outcome is going to go, which I think the outcome is going to be just fine for both of them. If Love has a Genty season this season, that's fine with me. You know, I that was still a really good season by Genty with all things considered. I know people were out there calling him, you know, Mountain West Brian Robinson or whatever, like a bunch of numbskulls. But they weren't watching what was going on and actually, you know, seeing what that man was up to. So to me, these are the only running back cornerstones that we have right here. BigCo, did you want to chime in on anything here?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit tough. I mean, if Hampton's in, Judkins is in. If Hampton's out, Judkins is out. And I do have a little bit of a hesitation. Like these Bijan and Gibbs, they may be. I don't know if they're farther along in the tight end situation. Those guys are like Jamar Chase and everybody else.
Yeah.
Like
well, that's and to that
that's
point,
the problem. That's the problem. Like you're not getting Gibbs off of somebody's team. You're obviously not getting if you to trade for Bijan, you have to give up everything. And so like I understand Jeremiah Love and I understand Genty. It's kind of still hard for me to even put those two cats in the same to give them the gold crest beside Gibbs and Bijan tonight. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me to put those two. But with running backs, that's what I told Chev to preach because I thought he was going to get into that. It's so hard these days to find a running back that you can feel like is not going to disappear from the league in 2 years. You never know. You never know. And there's only 12 of them, and some of them are older and some of them have got hurt and some of them that everybody's going to hate until it's too late. His name's Chase Brown. You know what I mean? So like for me, Judkins is the cornerstone on my dynasty roster. I'm telling you that now.
Judkins right now is a cornerstone on your roster.
Yes, and if I have him on my dynasty roster,
the difference is the value between Jeremiah Love and Genty and Judkins is a mile. So that's the difference. That's why they're cornerstones and he's not.
But it should.
I mean, it should be. It should be.
It should be.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe after this year it'll be closer, but it's even if Judkins goes out there and crushes and has a Hampton like season or a little better, like we're probably still not going to put Judkins in this tier. And
I know because he wears a brown helmet.
No, I mean Omarion Hampton has a Chargers helmet on. He ain't in this tier.
Oh, dude, people are so dude, we've already crowned Omarion Hampton already went for 25 points a game this year.
Well, that's why he's not in the tier for us. The thing is Genty and Jeremiah Love prospect wise and capital wise are just that's elite.
Yeah, top 5. I get it. It's very elite.
You're not peeling those guys off very many teams.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, you can't get Jeremiah Love from anybody right now. I haven't seen the 1-1 get traded in any league.
I don't think I have either, honestly.
Not in a super flex league, not in a one quarterback league. If it wasn't traded last year, on site when the clock starts this year in the rookie draft, I haven't seen the 1-1 get traded once, and that's never happened in my dynasty career. Obviously, 15 years ago, I played in the less leagues, but I've never seen the 1-1 not move, at least in one of my leagues. Jeremiah Love is untouchable right now.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So we're out of this tier. We're going to go to quarterbacks now, right?
All
right. Josh Allen does make the list this year because he will be 30 the entire year. I know some of this is very semantics laden, and that's just what it is with cornerstones. Okay. So sure. Still a cornerstone. Drake May, he's a cornerstone. Caleb Williams, cornerstone. Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lock me in.
Okay.
Somebody in the comments said Cornell Tate ?
Lamar's cornerstone.
Yeah.
Herbie Werby.
Yes.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
All right. I have Jalen Hurts as a cornerstone. I maybe not valued as one right now, whatever. The consistency of what he does for your fantasy team and the hate that he receives is insane. I'll pick all the Jalen Hurts anybody wants to give me. He's a cornerstone for me. I don't know where you guys stand here.
Oh, completely agree. Obviously, the Eagles fans, whoever doesn't like, if you don't like Jalen Hurts, that's fine. A lot of people don't. Like you said, there's 10 teams that would take him today and kick their quarterback to the curb. And so with his rushing and his ability to get the ball in the end zone with his legs, he had 7 offensive coordinators in 7 years. Like, well, you weren't talking junk about Jalen Hurts when he had Kellen Moore, right? It obviously maybe it all needs to be perfect for that passing complete upside to show up every time. But just like you said, Casey, the consistency and the rushing touchdown floor, man, and ceiling combo, Hurts, I feel good if he's on my team.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're good. We're good there. We'll Jug or Chev.
Do it.
All right. Nobody else, right? Patrick Mahomes' age threshold is not there.
Who else is on the list there?
Trevor Lawrence would be the only.
Purdy,
Trevor Lawrence, Purdy.
Dart.
Oh yeah, we
mixed.
fell off. Yep. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. None of
All
them.
right. All right. So that completes all the cornerstones. So now when we come back over here, this gives you our complete list of cornerstones down the line, right? And now we have a bunch of other guys who need to be assigned. Which bucket do you guys want to fill up next? Or we want to go ascending stars, foundational? Let's do foundational contenders. I think that one's easy, right?
Yeah.
And we'll go the same. We'll go the same way, right? So on the foundationals contenders list. So this is sort of, your aged out cornerstones, essentially, right? All the guys that we just kind of have sitting there who are still very valuable, very important to roster construction. You shouldn't sell them for almost anything less than you're selling any of those cornerstones for. Very, very strong here, right? So tight end wise, because of some semantics here, I'm going to leave Loveland and Warren out of this tier because we're talking about guys who basically have been cornerstones and aged out, right? So there are no tight ends.
They're going to go in the rising stud bucket.
Right. So there's going to be none of those for me. So we come over here and we say Amon-Ra for sure, foundational contender. We got Jefferson, foundational contender. We got CeeDee Lamb, foundational contender. And that's it, right? Everybody else is going to be in a different bucket. Oh, Nico.
All right.
Yeah, Nico.
Oh, AJ Brown. AJ Brown's got to be a foundational contender, right?
Yeah.
Am I off here?
No, he's still too young to be in the elite OGs.
OG moneymakers.
Yeah, he's too young to be in the OG moneymaker. Even though these guys will be they're clickable in multiple buckets sometimes.
Sure. But just to try to kind of clearly label them as we go through here. Oop, he got a cornerstone label, so let's go here. But all right, so here we have where did Nico go? Okay, Nico needs to be foundational contender. Okay, so here's all of our olds. And AJ Brown was a cornerstone for years, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he makes this list for us, right? So okay, let's go over to the running back side of things. We've got Cook. Oop, that's the wrong one. We got James Cook. He's going to be a foundational contender because he's going to age out. And then we got JT, who was always, a cornerstone, but he's a foundational contender as well. Running back wise, there's nobody else, right? Am I missing anybody?
Chase Brown.
So he would still hit the age threshold, right?
26.
Yeah, so he would not be in this, and I don't, so I think it's just two running backs here.
Right. Yeah.
And now, Saquon and CMC and those guys, we got money making OG tiers for those sort of guys right now. That's the, they call that what the kids say, the UNC tier. Is that? Patrick Mahomes is the only quarterback, right?
Yes.
These are cornerstones that have basically aged out but are still very, very valuable, right?
All right.
Okay, so there's no other older quarterback that you would say is on this, would be up in that threshold, right?
Not that high.
All right, so those are your foundational contenders. We can see all the cornerstones, and then we can come down here and we can see our tier of foundational contenders. They're not in any specific order currently. They will be when this goes live on the site, and it'll be just on our consensus rankings is how these will show up then, and then you can sort by the individual creators. So, all right, what's the next bucket that y'all boys want to do?
Let's do ascending stars.
Do ascending stars?
Ascending stars or prove it.
Okay.
You might as well go ahead and do ascending stars. So as you're scrolling down to your ADP right there, basically your rankings list, as you scroll down right there, you can go ahead and get your ascending stars done before you hit the prove it section. That way you don't have to go back and forth as much.
All right. Give me 1 second here. Okay. All right. So what did you decide on? Sorry.
Ascending
Ascending.
stars.
All right, we're gonna start in the tight ends. Ascending stars. We got Loveland.
Yep.
We've got Warren.
Warren.
And then we have Tucker Kraft and Fannin.
Yep. And Pitts.
Ooh, you like Pitts in there.
Ooh,
Is
there
Pitt-
goes
and
Pitts.
so here's the thing with Pitts. Maybe
he might
just been,
have got you too many times.
maybe been in the league for too long to be in the ascending. Like
He's
he's
probably
been in the
younger
league too long.
Probably younger than Fannin.
He probably is.
That's crazy. I mean, but yeah, he was that type of young when he came into the league. So he's only 25.
Yeah, I could be down with Pitts as an ascending star. Because I mean, if he does what he just did, we're going to be talking about him in contenders. There is a tweeners thing here where I have Pitts currently.
Yeah,
Well,
I
guess
guess
get there we could go either way.
Yeah,
I mean,
you could tag him now if you wanted to. It just like that's there's people selling Pitts right now that had for 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row, I was like, buy cheaper Pitts, right? 2 years ago, he just fell down in the 6th round. I was like, buy cheap Pitts. Last year, he fell down in the 8th round, 9th round. I was like, double down, buy cheap Pitts. He's still 23 years old. He's a stud. His knee was hurt. Give this man a chance, whatever. Like, and now he goes and has a nice stretch and then a ridiculous stretch. He was on a tear at the end and did some things that we haven't seen many tight ends do in the history of the league. And I think some people are going to be like, oh my God, just in case, because they wrote it to the bottom, they'll be happy to get out as it comes back, but I think he's a stud. But I think he's burned some people,
I had him just in the tweeners just because of that. He's been in the league for multiple years now. These guys I kind of had as more of like, hey, these are your first like year or two, maybe 3 in the league as ascending stars, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he's only a year older than.
Yeah. To me, it's just more about
I'm
time
being
in the
funny.
league. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. I think you should.
Yeah, so we can put Pitts in the tweener tier. That's fine.
I think it should be I think it should be 3 years in the third year breakout. So if you're gonna be rising star, I think you'd be giving 3 years to be a rising star.
All right, fair enough. All right, so that's all the tight ends, right? Gadsden, none of these other guys would be.
Laporta probably to me. Laporta would belong.
Good call, Chev.
Tweeners, or you can put him in tweeners, or you can put him here as an ascending star because this is what year 4 for him as well.
Is it? No, 3. He's came in with
23, 24, 25. Yeah, this is year 4.
I got him in the tweeners.
Oh, he did come in before Brock Bowers. He was the year before. Okay, he's been in 4 years.
All right, so that's gonna be it for the tight ends. Wide receiver wise, all right, we got Ibuka, right? He's an ascending star.
Boom. Yep.
Carnell Tate, ascending star. GP, we're gonna leave him out because he's been in the league longer, right?
Yeah.
Than the 3 years. All right, Garrett Wilson, he's out for that reason as well. Ladd McConkey, ascending star, right?
We hope so.
This is a tough one because we saw him break out and then he broke back in.
So
what do we
think? What
do
we think?
Do we tween? Do we? I think he's a tweener.
I would have him. Well, if he's a tweener has a little bit of a different definition. Like they're good guys, but there's maybe something.
Lad, yeah, it's something funky, bro.
Is it a prove it?
It's not a prove it. He's been a top 15 wide receiver and had a great rookie year.
You could talk to those defensive backs about having to prove it and trying to stick him and try. Like, have you seen that?
So to me, Luther. We could throw Luther and prove it, but I feel like he proved it. So I would want him to be an ascending stars, but it wouldn't be fair to Ladd McConkey, who actually has proven it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's kind of the semantics here. Kind of get us
right.
Get us a little.
Yeah.
I think in this category you have to have it's basically like, here's your first couple of years in the league guys who you have a little more value on and you feel more comfortable with. And I think everybody feels comfortable with Ladd for the most part this season. And everybody feels really comfortable with Luther Burden. And we've, but we have rookies that we haven't seen anything from, and we're putting them in this tier. But that's mainly just with draft capital,
value,
and kind of where we and current value, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, like Co said, a little while back, you're basically we're just going by ADP here. And I mean, if we look at the ADP, Cardinal Tate and Ladd McConkey are really close to each other.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna put Ladd in here. We're gonna put Luther in here. All right. So this is Rome Odunze, Jordan Tyson. Rome Odunze rising star, or is he? You feel like he's a prove it for you?
To me, he's
he proved it before he got hurt. He proved it before he got hurt. People forget. And then the Bears got hot without him necessarily. Really, they got throwing it to other people. But
that's what I'm saying.
Rome, so now first 7 weeks, he proved it.
But
now you need to prove it again.
The last 6 weeks, Luther proved it.
Right, right. Which is kind of why I would give them both I would give them both ascending star in this thing.
He's got the clicks, Chev. He's got the clicks.
Well, you basically have the tale of two halves. You have what you saw from Rome in the first half, and then an injury, and then Luther comes in and does his thing. How do we know when Rome's back in there that Luther won't get the short end of the stick more often than not?
We have to have one of them prove it to us.
Or they all just prove it to us.
Yeah, there's 2 dogs, 1 bone.
3 dogs, 1 bone.
3 dogs, 1 bone.
Did we?
Oh, now we're talking.
Wait a minute. Did we get past? Did I forget to say Caleb Williams was a cornerstone?
No, he's a cornerstone.
Yeah, we did it and didn't talk about it.
Yeah, we just
moved on.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it. All right. Chris Olave is out of that area. Zay Flowers out of that area. Jordan Tyson would be, I think if Tate's in there, I think you got to put Tyson in there, and I'm going to put Lemon in there too. Rome Odunze, I'm the click commander, so I'm going to put him in ascending. You do you. I'm going to put him in there for now. Is there another ascending player that you would, is Casey Concepcion make the list, or is he prove it?
He's prove it.
I go prove it.
You'd go prove it on him.
Yeah.
So should we put Zay in there? Because what's Zay, and what year are we in with Zay?
This is year 4.
Year 4.
Yeah. So
we should put Zay into the tweeners category or ascending star? Because it's not a prove it anymore.
No, he's not. He's nowhere near a prove it.
Breaking our rules a little bit.
I mean, the rules were already broken when you put Luther in there, and now we're talking about putting Zay in there. Like, we're questioning whether or not to put Zay in there. Like, we got to put.
Yeah, I mean, we might have to go to 4 years for ascending star here, because, it is what it is.
All right.
I mean, we've talked about this a bunch. You've loved the talent that Zay represents all along. I didn't like the opportunity. I think it's a new opportunity. I think this is going to be his best year, and it's bag season. I think people start acting different during bag season unless you're Rashee Rice and you're just a filthy fucking moron.
Yeah, I think this is good because now we've had the discussion. Zay Flowers brings us into, he's obviously not a prove it. So now we get to couple in. We get to grab Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson and say these guys are 25 years old. They're not, maybe they're not cornerstones, but they're definitely not tweeners, right?
Turn my hat backwards for this.
Right? No, I think they're tweeners.
Yeah, it's locked and loaded.
How are they tweeners? How are they not rising stars?
Because they're not. Because they're already stars. We just have a problem with something for the most part.
Yeah,
we just can't quite. They can't quite get, like 2 years ago. Garrett Wilson probably was a cornerstone.
Hey, title's dirty. Title's dirty on the car. We're trying to figure it out, okay?
Title's dirty. It might have been an accident. I mean, Zay Flowers is a rising star, but Chris Olave's not at the same age.
It's
And
not a
Chris
knock.
Olave is going
It's
ahead
not
of
a,
him.
it's not a knock that they're a tweener and not a rising star. Tweener's still really good. It's just like, hey, we don't really
Tweener's
have
like,
a
hey,
classification for this guy.
Chev just
don't
said check
have-
the Carfax. Chev just said check the Carfax. That
I'm
means
saying
there's a knock.
there's something wrong with. It's not something wrong with Garrett Wilson. There's something wrong with the situation. There's something wrong with. Hey, I don't know where George Pickens is going to be in a year and a half.
Garrett Wilson, and it's
I
not
don't
you,
know.
it's me.
Hey,
Same reason Brees Hall isn't a
boy.
cornerstone when we,
It's
you know.
not you, it's me. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like you, okay,
Yeah,
okay. You're on the clock,
Brees
Big
Hall,
Co.
yeah.
You're on the clock, Big Co. Right now in a startup. You're in the
Give it
third
to
round.
me.
Are
This is
you
where I thrive.
easily clicking the button on Garrett Wilson?
I can't get Chris Olave?
Are you okay? So I'm asking. Like, are you easily clicking the button on Garrett
I
Wilson?
think
Well, is my cornerstone tight end and Colson Loveland off the board?
Off the board.
Okay, if my cornerstone's not there, I'll go to my rising
Here's
star.
the thing: is those guys
and Olave.
have already ascended to being a star and then dropped down a little bit here or there. And now, dude, nobody wanted anything to do with Olave last year. Even you didn't want anything to do with Olave.
I know.
And now, but
concussion,
so like
concussion.
he's been up
issues.
and down already. These
There's
are
a
for
Carfax.
these are for more fresh faces in the league.
I get it.
Where
I get
these
it. No,
other
you
like and tweener's not a dirty thing. It's just like, hey, you're in this weird ether where we're not exactly sure what to do with you, but you're still extremely valuable, right?
Yeah. Well, exactly. Well, we know Chris Olave is a stud, and then we thought an early concussion last year, and Chris Olave was done, bro.
Hold on, let me
a week two concussion, and Olave wasn't playing again for the rest of the year. But he made it, and I'm so excited for
him. Hold on. All right, let's do this.
That's the Carfax.
Let's do this in Conomics trade talk. All right. So Garrett Wilson. All right. Let's go to one of the cornerstones. Let's go back to one of our cornerstones, Casey. Let's go. Just scroll up a little bit. How much do I have to add with a Garrett Wilson to get a Drake London? Those guys, Garrett Wilson's a year older than Drake London. What do I have to add if you had Drake London to get Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, theoretically, I'd like to say not too much, but Drake London feels that much more valuable because Garrett Wilson is on the Jets and it's just dirty.
See what I'm saying?
Titles there. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
All right, let's keep it moving here. We're gonna those chunk of players, the Pickens, the Wilsons, the Olaves. I think they get out of the ascending star. The ascension has already happened, but they're not in the cornerstone realm.
Yeah, I mean, we got like a top 12 finish from all those guys, right?
Yeah. And Rashee Rice, no.
I mean, we again Tweener because he's in between.
He just got out of jail.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He's a tweener. He's in between freedom and jail.
All right. I think that's all the receivers.
Said he's in between.
Let's see did I miss anybody? Okay. I think we got all the receivers there. Let's jump back over to here. Let's go to running backs and ascending stars. This is where we get Amarion Hampton involved. Or no, oops, sorry. Wrong button. New tool for your boy here. Ascending star.
Yeah.
We got Judkins as ascending star.
Yes, sir.
We've got Kenny Walker. He's not going to be an ascending star. Chase Brown's not going to be an ascending star. Travion.
Scat Pack.
Got to be ascending star, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Scat Pack, ascending star.
Easy.
Brees, because of all the things we just said about the running backs, or all the things we just said about the receivers. Now, is Jadarian Price a rising star, or is he a prove it?
Prove it.
That's a quick prove it from the room. Oh, okay. I like it.
Out of here. Get off my lawn.
All right. Is Bucky Irving a rising star, or is he a prove it?
Prove it or Tweener.
Tweener.
He's a something. He's a something. He's a tweener.
Something.
He got the Carfax last week. Last year he got the Carfax.
Okay,
yep.
so
got dinged up.
He is not. So that's going to do it for the running backs, right? I don't see anybody else that could make that list. Jadarian Price was my last question mark there. And we've done the tight ends. Now we're over to the QBs. Rising stars here. What QBs do we have here? I would say it's probably like Dart and Shuck.
Dart, Shuck, Cam Ward.
You think Cam Ward's does Cam Ward need to prove it, or is he ascending?
Hey man, weeks 9 to 17, he was number 1 in the league in touchdown interception ratio. I will accept no further slander. Dude, he had a dude asking Chat GPT how to design plays, calling fucking plays last year for half the season. And we got people talking about Tyler Shucks and a different. I'm about to go off on something we're not even fucking talking about right now. But anyway, Cam Ward, if you watch him play American tackle football and you like just deep down in your plums, he's the guy.
I agree.
He's the guy. So I want him in this tier. Okay. And I know you're the click commander. So I humbly submit for you to put him in this fucking tier for me, please.
Bo Nix has got to be in there too. It's not his fault he came out at 25.
I feel like he's a tweener. It's 2 top 10 finishes.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. We know he's good. He's not ascending.
Good.
He's here. He's here. He's just not a cornerstone.
They throw the ball,
but there's no Carfax.
They just got your boy
Carfax.
They just got your boy Jalen Waddle for him to throw bombs and all that good stuff, man. What are we doing? So he can't be in a rising star.
No, he's not a right. He's a tweener. You need to stop acting like tweener's a bad thing. It's not a bad
thing.
You better change the name of the buck. You better change Tweener's name right now.
Tweener is the name. Well, it's like you're not an ascending star anymore, but you're not a cornerstone. That's the purpose.
You're a star. You're just not fucking Mahomes or one of the guys. Yeah. Like we need to see more from Jackson Dart, like you said. But you've seen Bo Nix do it a lot.
So
but that's not the way we started clicking wide receivers and stuff. We got rising stars over here. Like
receivers different, bro, because the time like you figure out whether or not guys are good and situations change. It's a much more dependent position that can not be so obviously dependent.
All right. That's true.
So if the click commander decides to put Cam Ward in here,
humbly submit.
Is Mendoza a rising star, or do we need to prove it?
I say he's a rising star because
I say he's a rising star too.
Guys. Like we started having. I talked about BigCo. I don't know if you remember it. Like about this time last summer, I was like, I'm having some aggressive visions about Cam Ward.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm having some real aggressive visions about what Fernando Mendoza, human robot, the Saint of Sin City, whatever you want to call him, like him in this system with Kubiak, they're just all ball nerds, and Kirk Cousins is the perfect person to mentor him, not to mention that he has the greatest quarterback of all time as an owner.
Yeah.
It's just so much ball knowledge in there. If Fernando Mendoza just doesn't rhythm with the tism to a level that's unacceptable, we're talking about some real high upside here.
Obviously, I thought your aggressive visions with Cam Ward was because he was on the Titans. But I will say that you did say that, and Cam Ward looked plenty good to me last year in the worst situation. And I would say that if Ward's in there, Mendoza has to be in there too. He just went first overall, like you said, and Tommy gets to be there to talk to him this summer before he goes and somehow gets to be on the sidelines of every other team games and call games as an owner of the Raiders. I don't understand how they let that work. But I could click Mendoza here.
Okay. So if we're there's no other, here's would be your ascending stars: Dart, Mendoza, Ward, and Shuck.
Yeah, I mean that kind of fits the bill, right? All first or second year guys that we've seen a flash of. Obviously, Jackson Dart's probably got the highest ceiling just off the rip because of the rushing, but all these guys, we can create a path. Like if Cam Ward throws a bunch of touchdowns, kind of takes a step forward and shows why he was a number 1 overall pick. Like same thing with Tyler Shuck. He's in an incredible situation. We believe in that situation. I don't even know how much you believe in Tyler Shuck as much as it is Kellen Moore, right?
I mean, Shuck's older than some foundational contenders.
Right. I mean, it's a weird thing with him, but also, these old guys are just coming in and hooping like this. Like him and Bo Nix. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I like it. Those are good 4. I don't see anybody else worthy of the click.
No. All right. Let's jump back over to tight ends. And now, should we go to tweeners or money makers, value losers?
I want to do tweeners, man.
We're knee deep in tweeners.
All right. So I have Kyle Pitts as a tweener. I know we could have put him in the rising ascending stars or whatever, but I got him as a tweener. Where did he just go? Okay, tweeners. And I have Sam Laporta as a tweener.
Okay.
Nobody else.
I got Laporta as ascending star for sure, but
I go. Okay, wait. All right, tweener for Kyle Pitts, tweener for Laporta, correct?
Yep.
And I'm assuming that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No pushback there.
Okay.
I can't push back there.
All right. Wide receivers. George Pickens, tweener.
Yeah.
Okay.
Son of a.
Whew. Glad we didn't have to do that.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, we've gotten to the not fun part of the episode at the end.
Garrett Wilson, tweener.
Yeah.
All right. Is Rashi Rice is a tweener, right?
Yes,
Because
man.
it's not prove it because it's proven.
Yeah.
But
Prove
you
that
could
you
say
can stay out of jail.
prove that you can't knock the bullshit off.
Yeah.
But if he plays, he's a wide receiver one. Like if he didn't have troubles right now, he'd be a cornerstone.
Correct. Well, undoubtedly. He has proven that he does not care to be in that tier. That's what he's told me. So yeah, I mean, tweener. It's like you said, man, the Carfax. There's just something that we can ding them, that we've gotten the outcomes. There's just something we can ding these guys for.
Okay. And so that leaves our tweener group as Pickens, Wilson, Olave, Rice.
There's somebody else we're missing here.
where's Devontae Smith then?
Devonta Smith, he's in the money makers, value losers. He's 28 years old.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, which is basically a dinosaur.
Where did Zay Flowers go?
Ascending
He's in
stars.
Ascending stars. He's 3 years younger than him.
Ascending stars. Okay, so Zay Flowers went to Ascending Stars and Chris Olave went to the tweener.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Tweener is
Motion.
better than Ascending Star, Co.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tweener's better than Ascending star.
It just sounds terrible. We need a new name, dude.
Well, I don't have a great name for it, but
but like you push
It's
it
hard.
back on the wrong shit.
It sounds like Ascending Star is way better than a tweener. I don't want to be a tweener. I want to be an ascending star, bro. I want to be.
Yeah,
I want my value going up, dude.
Hey, you're in between. You're in between all the big money guys, and you're better than all the ascending stars.
I don't want to be called a tweener.
well, I mean, it's just it's a descriptor.
I'm still a rising star. I'm 43. I'm a rising star over here. That boys better get it together over there.
That's
All right,
this
let's
is hilarious.
let's go-
That's
let's-
that was the hang up. They got us.
let's go to RBs.
I still
Kenneth-
got some potential, Chev.
Kenneth Walker, he's a tweener, right?
Yes.
All right. Brees Hall,
Yeah. Brees Hall,
Tweener.
Chase Brown.
Chase Brown, a tweener.
Yeah.
Whereas Chase Brown and Moneymakers value losers.
That's fair. That's fair. I feel like Chase Brown belongs as a tweener.
I only say
No,
value.
no, no,
I
no,
only
no,
say
no,
the
no,
value
no.
losers because everybody hates him.
I said that, and then immediately I was like, "Where's the dry erase marker? Let's get that shit off the board." Yeah, moneymakers, value losers. Final answer. Just because after this year, you're gonna have to deal with.
Oh, is he gonna get re-signed? And he's 27 years
Right.
old. He doesn't fit my build.
Right. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't have any other running backs in this tier. I got
The
Brees and
tweeners,
Kenny.
I could go. I could probably.
Somebody just said Kyron.
I was gonna
Kyron
say
could certainly
that was,
go in
that's
there.
who I was gonna say,
But
man.
The thing with Kyron is nobody wants him. That's why I cut like even though he's even a little younger than Chase Brown, is like you already have problems with value of Kyron Williams. People are been ready to kick Kyron Williams and Chase Brown out of the league for 3 years.
Yeah,
Well, then Kyron's definitely a moneymaker then.
Yeah,
Moneymaker
for sure.
value loser.
Absolutely.
that's
Okay.
fine then. Yeah, those were my last question marks
Okay.
kind of for this tier.
All right. Let's go to quarterbacks.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, like Javonte Williams and Travis Etienne,
They're in moneymakers, value losers.
Yeah,
They're already
that's what
7th round, 8th round picks.
that's where I was.
They're
that's
not
where I
going
was
any
thinking.
higher. I can tell you that. maybe
They're not okay. So Moneymakers is better than
Moneymakers is kind of its own thing. Moneymakers is like you need to be in a certain position, and these guys are valuable, but a lot of other people in the league are going to be devaluing these guys as their career moves on.
So
All right.
yeah, agreed. So that was I guess I'm confused. Like Travis Etienne would be a tweener then?
No,
Oh,
Travis Etienne would be a value loser moneymaker, right? Because he's older. He went somewhere else. He's already a 7th round pick. He's not going back up to a 5th round pick, probably unless he absolutely blows the doors off of this year, which I don't know that anybody thinks that necessarily is going to happen.
Okay,
There's already
my bad. So you came down here looking for tweeners, and while we did that, we found 2 moneymakers, which was Chase Brown and Kyron.
Correct.
And we found 2 tweeners for those on the podcast and not on the video. We found Kenneth Walker and Breece Hall to be tweeners, and we found moneymaker value losers Chase Brown and Kyron Williams. We could stay in running back for a minute and throw Javonte Williams and Travis Etienne.
Well, let's go to quarterback, right? and let's go to quarterback, and we'll round this one out.
All right.
For the tweeners.
We're still looking for tweeners.
Okay, so the tweeners to me: Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy.
Easy.
Where's Herbert?
Herbert's the cornerstone.
Okay, my bad. I missed him. All right.
We just, like I said, we went real fast through the quarterback cornerstone.
Okay, yeah, okay. I wasn't on my screen. I was looking something else when they did the quarterbacks part. I was trying to pull it up over here so I could do my own while we were doing it. So you said we got Purdy, Nix, and Trevor Lawrence, and you put Trevor Lawrence and Rising Star.
The wrong one, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so here's your tweeners so far. That's who I have in that tier. Do you have anybody else that should go in that tier?
Tweeners?
Yeah, these are kind of your mid-aged quarterbacks as far as not in the 30-ish range, and Love. still have plenty of value, right?
Jordan Love.
No chance.
Yeah,
not for me.
You're not putting Jordan Love into tweener?
No.
Okay, you're missing out.
Hold on. Jordan Love finishes the top 5 or 6 quarterback before.
You think he should be in here? I mean,
where do you put him?
I put him in Prove It. I need to see it. I need to see you be a G.
A top 5 finish. He's got the 2nd contract.
Yeah, he does. He's in a good. I like the organization.
Right.
It's given you more than love. He's been more consistent than Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, but Trevor Lawrence
got a new coach and crushed last year. I got it. Yeah,
everybody loves Trevor Lawrence right now. Nobody likes Love right now.
Oh, you should be buying Love then.
Maybe you should be.
Maybe
great QB too, but I don't know if I want him as my QB1. I'll take any 3 of those guys as my QB1. Nix, Purdy, and Lawrence.
That's a good point. Cole, what you got?
I mean, if I've gotten 4 studs already, and I'm Jordan Love is on the 5, if they're in the 5th round, I'm taking him. I guess he's probably a round behind those other guys.
He's probably 2 rounds behind.
Game theory, I like it.
Yeah,
Casey, your point is very valid here. You're going to be perfectly fine with Bo Nix, Brock Purdy, Trevor Lawrence as your QB1. You're not going to feel so good if Jordan Love's your QB1.
We throw Love in there. That's
just
kind of
a tier break within a category, though. You know what I mean?
We've had that already.
There's a lot of semantics. There's a lot of this one's pretty cut and dry for me. For the semantics in the tier was just all those guys I would consider as hey, I'm going through my draft. Yes, I would take Jordan Love as my QB1 just because of this. I don't mind drafting that way, but generally, if one of these 3 guys are on the board and there's not a lot of other things that I love, I'll take one of them. I can usually find something else I like around the Jordan Love area.
Yeah.
I'd rather just take Baker or Goff. I'd probably go another round with those guys. You know what I mean?
I'm not upset at that. What I'm saying is, does he have to go in money winners, value losers?
No, he's 27.
If he can't go here.
Well, that's I think we can just settle on let's throw love in the tweeners. I think it's a fair enough assessment for me. I had him in. I'm like, I kind of have you closer to prove it, but I can't. I want to see it be awesome, and I feel like it's been a lot of but I think he's got the potential to be with these guys.
God, I hate the fact that I ended up being the one having to defend Jordan Love here.
They're in the comments saying about how good Jared Goff's been. So what is the situation with Jared Goff?
So Jared Goff. So now we're done with this tier, and we could start back with the quarterbacks and go the other way now if you guys want, since we're already here. Okay. And the comments are talking about it. So this is where Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, and Baker Mayfield will be money makers, value losers here, right? For me. That's where I would put these guys. You could certainly put them all into the tweener category, but like Baker Mayfield's been like hey, I'm good. But his value really is just kind of staying where it is. Same thing with Golf, stays crushing, value kind of stays where it is. And same thing with Dak. Dak kind of bounced back a little bit, but it doesn't seem like anybody wants us to go any higher than where we're at right now. And I don't think it's going to. I will take those guys. Will be my first quarterback as many times as you'll let it be in a draft. Yeah.
But I mean, it's the way that I look at it is you're basically cordoning off the market of who your trade partners are when you have those dudes on your roster in terms of being liquid. Yeah. So, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Is like you. That's what happens. In economics in trades. Those guys, like you only have three, maybe four trade partners when those guys are on your roster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the way
which is exactly why they're in the moneymaker value loser.
The way I sort of look at this tier is like these are all good players that I still really want, but they're a little on like the older side of things, and they're like they've never been like the elite player that people want. So the value knob's just going down a little bit, and maybe it'll stay even for a while, which will be fine. Again, all these guys could play for 5 or 6 more years at an elite level,
right?
Easily. So that's kind of where I would put him in this tier. Anybody? What are we at here?
The comments about Stafford obviously being a moneymaker, but he's old enough in the comments. If you're hearing this, he's old enough to be the OG
right
category. Like he's in the OG bucket, in the Mike Evans bucket, in the Terry McLaurin might not be that old.
Terry's in there. Terry's in there.
He's in the he could retire any minute and it wouldn't surprise anybody category.
So those are the quarterbacks in there. Dak, Goff, Baker, money making, value losers. And we'll move on. We're good?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, running backs. This is where I think our Chase Browns come in. We kind of talked about that already. Our Kyron Williams come in. Saquon and Christian McCaffrey would be in our OGs. I think Javonte Williams could be a tweener because of age, but I don't think we're going to buy into it. And so what do we do? Bucky Irving hasn't been anywhere yet.
I thought he was a tweener.
You think we
oh no, sorry. Yeah, he's lower than a rising star, which is lower than tweener, and is still tripping me up. I guess he's a prove it then.
Yeah,
the comments are asking ascending. Okay, so you have him
ascending to start, but then we kind of said, so we could throw him in. We haven't gotten to prove it yet, so when we get there, we'll talk about it. And then I have Travis Etienne in this moneymakers tier too.
Definitely.
Then that's it. And Jacobs qualifies for the OG tier, which is why.
What about,
or we could throw him in this tier, and David Montgomery.
Yeah, I guess in running back, if you're 29, you should be in the OG tier. DeAndre Swift at 27 years old. He seems like a much.
I got him in a different tier.
Okay, what bucket you got for DeAndre Swift?
I got him in as a glue guy.
All right. We had to get the glue guy definition out because I feel like we could have threw a couple of different guys in the glue bucket already.
We could have. So these are basically like these are the bottom end of your starting roster kind of guys. Like these are the glue guys. These are like your 2s and 3s that you're not like excited to have him as your starter, but like you're good. you can plug him in and you're fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that's
can see that.
That's kind of where I have DeAndre Swift at. If Kyle Monungai wasn't around, he could be as high up as a tweener or in this thing. But I don't think anybody's excited that DeAndre Swift is their starting running back, but he's a glue guy.
Right. I traded for him to be my third running back, and I'm so excited about it.
I would too. So Malik 27, he can be a moneymaker. He certainly could be a moneymaker. You got to prove he's in the prove it tier for me.
Yeah, I'm Malik Willis's biggest fan, and there's no way he's not a prove it guy. That's when Casey said just a second ago, we'll get to prove it in a minute. Like Bucky Irving is 23 years old and done nothing but be awesome, but he got the Carfax check last year, so he's going to fall into the prove it section is going to be a money making bucket, right? Like that's the Malik Willis and the prove it, and the Bucky Irving and the prove it. Like if you hit on Bucky Irving, Bucky Irving falls to the 6th round of your startup and he hits, you got yourself a running back that can catch and run in between the tackles. I know he's not big, but he's got the vision is outrageous. Like Malik Willis, if he hits, he's a game changer. He's going to tilt your dynasty league when somebody gets Malik Willis in the 7th, 8th, 9th round of a dynasty league startup this year. If he hits and he proves it, oh my God, the value of a running quarterback that could, Malik Willis just needs to be good enough for the Dolphins to keep him on the field and not get run out of town and throw 20 touchdowns because he's going to do so much damage with his legs. But if we haven't seen enough for him to be up there, you know what I mean? Like if we had seen more, he's not Lamar Jackson, but damn, you know what I mean? Like he would be a 3rd round startup if we had seen 4 more games.
That's a good point.
And if we had seen it already in a Dolphins uniform,
right?
That's
If he was
the
the starter for the Packers this year, if they traded Jordan Love instead of Malik Willis and kept him in that environment that he was in, came in there looking like he was cooking with gas, you're right, Casey. It would be double the value.
All right, so we got the money makers here. I went ahead and I put Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, and T. Higgins in here. So that's basically kind of your I know you don't want Waddle in there, but
no, I'm fine with Waddle being in there.
These are kind of like, hey, these guys are basically like high end 2s, essentially.
This is
but
money makers, right here. That's what
you're
saying.
Money makers,
money making wide receivers.
Yep.
Yeah, look,
what happened to Nico? We haven't got Nico.
Nico's in a cornerstone or in the foundational contenders.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
T. Higgins money maker. I like that.
There's the foundational contenders.
Who else who'd you just call out?
Smith, Waddle, Higgins are the money-making wide receivers.
Waddle.
All right.
I lost Waddle somewhere.
That's all I got in that one. Tight ends, I don't know if I have any. None.
Money-making tight ends?
Money makers. Yeah, like kind of an older value-losing tight end. I mean...
Ooh.
George Kittle's old enough to be OG.
Kittle's in the OG category.
Jake Ferguson not old enough, right?
Jake Ferguson could be considered potentially. He was kind of the one that was.
He actually sounds perfect for a moneymaker value loser.
Juwan Johnson. Should he be a glue guy or should he be a moneymaker value loser?
Juwan Johnson doesn't feel as old. He feels very spry. Juwan Johnson feeling spry. He feels like a glue guy.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll keep him in there. Goddard. Somebody just said Goddard.
Goddard's a good call.
Is that
he seems the OG-ish, but you could give him.
Yeah.
Juwan Johnson comes in with a sleek 29, not 30. Juwan Johnson, 29, just dodging that 30.
All right. Should we dive into the prove it category here?
Ooh, boss. I'm not gonna like what you're about to say, but sure.
All right. Prove it. Let's go. Njoku. Maybe if he was on his own.
Not mixed up with Gadsden, but that's a good call.
Oronde Gadsden. Prove it, right?
Prove it. Sure.
I had him in Ascending Stars. I moved it back.
You guys just hate Oronde Gadsden.
I love Oronde Gadsden. You stop it. Eli Stowers, prove it.
Yeah.
Sadiq, prove it. Gadsden, prove it. That would be the end of the list of prove it's.
Everybody hates Gadsden now. It's weird.
Are we good there? Moving
All
on.
right.
Sure.
All right. Prove it. Let's see. All right, let's go to the wide. Where are we at here? Wide receivers. Marvin Harrison, gotta prove it, right?
All right.
Yes.
BTJ, gotta prove it, right?
Yeah.
JMO, kind of teetering on the edge, but I would say prove it here.
So
Oh, he's better than Approve It.
He's better than approve it.
What? Yo,
he's a wide receiver 12 last
yeah.
year.
JMO got passed over. He's
Where do we put JMO then?
You can't put
Where's
him
the
in the
bucket that
ascending
said
stars.
Where's the
Nope.
bucket that says Beast?
You could put him in the tweeners would be the only other market you could put him in.
I would put him in the Tweeners then.
Tweener it is.
Okay.
What happened to Lad McConkey?
What happened?
Where'd he go? Did he go to Tweener?
Lad's in the
Prove
ascending stars.
Yeah.
Ascending Star? Did he? All right.
Yeah. Our ascending stars are Igbuka
Can
Tate.
Brian Thomas prove it?
Brian Thomas, prove it.
Okay.
Prove it.
All right. Jaden Higgins, Denzel Boston, Omar Cooper, Golden, all prove it.
Jaden Higgins, Denzel Boston.
I don't
No,
think rookies should be prove it's.
I would go young. I would go youth lottery tickets
Okay.
for all those guys.
For all those guys. I would say Jaden Higgins, prove it.
I would say
could do
Jaden Higgins.
prove it because he's not a
I could have put him in an ascending star, but I held back.
Yeah, we could do that right now. You had a chance to do that then. We could do it now too. It's cool.
How about Parker Washington?
Prove it.
Prove it, right?
I would I'm obviously very biased. But
See, that's what we started talking about what's going to happen with the prove it bucket. Like Parker Washington prove it bucket right now, Parker Washington's going to get drafted before Jaden Higgins in every startup. But I feel safer with Jaden Higgins with not near as much short-term upside. If Parker Washington comes out and gets his 8 for 80 week 1, it's on. I don't think Jaden Higgins is going 8 for 80 week 1 with Nico out there. It could happen, but I doubt it, right? Jaden Higgins seems, like I said, I don't think a rookie should be in the prove it. Well,
see,
we
here's
just
the
put
thing.
those rookie tight ends in the prove it. We just did that, right?
Here's the thing. The way I'm looking at the prove it is you have a high draft capital.
Okay.
You're a very good talent, but there's some buts that come along with it. You can't go in the ascending star because we threw some ascending stars in, like Casey Concepcion is kind of where we drew a line there in the sand of saying, hey, we're letting Tate, Tyson, and Lemon go in there.
Right. Chev,
Exactly.
Just because the Browns took him.
I would put Casey Concepcion in ascending star, but we can throw him and prove it.
I'm fine. I say because after going through this exercise, I say KC and Higgins should be probably ascending star. I think Higgins is a stud.
I do too, but
I do too.
But
dang, look at that. But I mean, we've been saying this for a while now.
right. I said it 6 months ago when we first did the first mock draft. Like, I love the idea of getting Higgins in the 9th or 10th round and just being like, he ain't in my lineup right now. I don't need him to be, but I love him on my bench. Higgins is one of my favorite people to see on my bench in a dynasty league.
yeah, there's guys who could fit in multiple buckets here. But we can. I'll leave Higgins and prove it now for now. We're going to be. Everybody's going to have their own. You do whatever you want. We're going to go to the running backs. All right. Whew. Jadarian Price, we established. We're going to go prove it on him.
Prove it.
Bucky Irving, I guess we're going prove it, right?
Deep sigh. Yeah.
Deep sigh. Okay. RJ Harvey, prove it.
Yeah.
Basil Tootin, prove it.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm feeling a little bit better about this prove it here for Bucky.
Jonah Coleman.
Youth lottery ticket.
Youth lottery ticket, not prove it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, what's his? I mean, his teammate who was 18 points a game is in the prove it tier. So, like, Is
I'm
that
not
what he has
happy
to
about
do?
that. I'm not happy about that. I was going to let it slide.
You know what I'm
What?
saying?
RJ Harvey
Yeah.
got to be in the prove it category.
It's got to be, but I mean, it's just all this terrible signal about what the Broncos are going to do with him. And like, we love it for fantasy. We loved it for fantasy when he was balling out. And then they were like, man, we really weren't that happy with what happened out there. And so now we've got to readjust. Like, the team's kind of telling us, like, whatever you expect, whatever we got from RJ Harvey, we ain't getting that shit again in the same capacity. So that's why he's got to be in the prove it tier for me. But I can't put his teammate with worse draft capital that's a rookie in the same tier as him, or same bucket rather.
Yeah, I like the rookie going in the rookie lottery ticket. That's what he is. I like it. I mean, he's a 4th round rookie running back. That's a lottery ticket.
Okay.
I just think RJ Harvey deserves to be in a little bit better than the prove it category, but I think he already proved it. I think
there's too many.
Well,
There's
as much as you could. I don't know how you could prove it too much more.
Here's the problem: is there's too many factors for him to like. If there's no Jonah Coleman that gets drafted there, then you go, okay, we're good, we're moving forward. Everybody on this panel here likes RJ Harvey. I just need you to prove it one more time that you're closer to the ascending star than a glue guy.
Yeah, or you just go straight to Tweener if you.
I thought glue guy would be better than prove it.
Prove it.
RJ Harvey's a glue guy on my dynasty, right? If he's on my bench, and I got a guy.
Prove it is there's a lot more hope for tier jumping than the glue guy.
Okay, fair enough. That's okay. I get it. I see that. I'll just say he automatically. He said he's okay. You can be a glue guy and also be able to be. You can jump up.
All right. Quarterback wise here, it's just CJ Stroud for me.
Prove it.
Yeah. I'd go Kyler Murray.
I could stick Kyler in here for sure. We can stick Kyler and prove it. Because if he does, then he'll be fun.
Kyler could be.
So can we have a quick sidebar here?
Sure.
Let's have a quick sidebar here.
Sure.
About Daniel Jones. So where do we go with Daniel Jones? I also had Malik Willis in the prove it tier.
Oh yeah, we can put Malik Willis and prove it.
He definitely is.
But I really want to focus on Daniel Jones here. What do you guys think? And where does he kind of slide in? Because I could be cool with putting him here, but he's got the contract, 2 years, whatever. So we know this year and next year he's probably in Indy unless they win like one game this year.
I think he could be a moneymaker value loser if he didn't have his Achilles. So I think he's a prove it
That's
because
what I'm saying.
Proved to me he's healthy.
I got him in the glue guy area.
Okay. So
I'm stoked if he's my 3. If he's my 3, that's great. I'm cool with that. And he could rotate in and be easily be my 2. So he could even be on like almost a 6-man, but like I do. And if he was my 2 and he's healthy coming into the season, I'm not that bummed about it. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the injury, I say he proves it because if he does prove it, he could easily tier jump and be better than a glue guy. I think. What is Bryce Young? Is Bryce Young not a prove it?
No, for me right now, Bryce Young's sitting on the 6-man. I don't want to have to play him.
What about Sam Darnold?
That's a good question. I can't put him in to prove it.
No, I know he proved it. He's got to be a moneymaker value loser.
Glue guy?
I went moneymaker value loser.
He's a glue guy.
Glue guy, kind of your second, third. You're cool with it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's not enough quarterbacks to go around. He's probably your second. If he's on your team and if he's your third, you're like, I got Sam Darnold as my 3. That's probably a moneymaker. He's a definition of a glue guy, but because it's so hard to find a quarterback every week,
he's literally a glue guy.
He finished just outside of QB. He's finished as a QB1 and just outside of QB1 the last 2 years, and then last year he was a QB1 or a high end 2.
So should Sam Darnold be in moneymakers
in the league?
Yeah,
that's what I got. Yeah,
all right.
I said last week, even 2 weeks ago, I said he'd been feeding my family.
That's what I mean. Like
true.
We all made the mistakes of not valuing, not just being patient enough, and we've all since learned that very expensive lesson.
So I got that cash out. I got that cash out from League Safe, and it was nice. And Sam Darnold had a lot to do with that.
Is Penix approve it?
Yeah, without question.
I don't see how Bryce Young is not approve it.
is well, here's like we can the quarterbacks are interesting. And they're kind of like I could kind of stick a lot of guys in a lot of categories and not really feel any type of way about it. Bryce Young to me could easily be in glue guys, could easily be in 6-man. I think almost anybody we just talked about could also be there.
See, I feel like Sam Darnold is a glue guy because at this point there's a base that he just established, and like Bryce Young, the base that he establishes, it could be awful, right? I don't. That's why it's a prove it that you can be a starter in this league, Bryce Young. You know, prove it that you can play in this league for more than 2-week stretches. Like what he did with the Rams last game.
He's got the most fourth quarter comebacks in the league since he's.
Well, when you're down every fourth quarter, it gives you a chance to have those comebacks. You know what I mean? Like when you're losing. Every time the quarter starts, every time the game goes through the fourth quarter. This is what
Packers fans say when Caleb Williams, when we talk about Caleb Williams like this. You realize that, right?
I'm just saying it was meant to be a joke, but like if you think about it, the Panthers are losing in every fourth quarter. That gives them more chances to have fourth quarter comebacks, right? I'm just saying, like Bryce Young, I gave him his due a while back, weeks and weeks ago, about how good he played against the Rams in the playoffs. Yeah. If the Rams don't go down and score that last touchdown, the Panthers go forward, and now we're just who knows what happens next week and the potential for Bryce Young's uprising.
Oh yeah, he gets an extension if they win that game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you did say that. Like who knows what happens if they won that last game? And he didn't lose them the game. The defense went back out there and couldn't stop Stafford again. So I just think,
all right. Well, let's end this part of the show here.
We didn't place Daniel Jones, dude.
We'll have to do it next time. We have to tune back in. We got 2 questions we want to answer before we sign off. And we'll come back and we'll do glue guys and those other guys on another live show because I think this is fun. I think it's interesting. I think it's fun.
$30 question in here. So we can
where does Daniel Jones go?
Yeah. Where does Daniel Jones go in the Cornerstone rankings?
Chev's about to tip it and get one in there.
All right, real quick though, I'm gonna pay a couple bills here. We're gonna add this bad boy to the stage. If you haven't been following along, go ahead. We've teamed up with Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. The app is really easy to use. You just pick more or less on a few stats and lock in your lineup. Prize Picks is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida, but obviously not limited to. We got it here in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. Go ahead and check it out. Download the app. Use promo code HMA. New users get $50 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. I've been having a lot of fun playing the World Cup. There's all different things you can do with the World Cup. Shots, crosses, passes, shots on goal, all sorts of fun ways to get involved to play Prize Picks with the World Cup. On this particular night, though, I went back to the mound. I went back to the baseball diamond, and we did a 3-pick flex play. We took Nick Gonzalez more than 0.5 hits. We took Paul Skeens with more than 6.5 Ks, and we went Freddie Freeman with more than 0.5 hits. So quick and easy, fun, a lot of fun with the World Cup, and having a lot of fun playing the Prize Picks app with the World Cup. But did a little baseball tonight because we were at a weird spot with the World Cup game, so I didn't want to play one of those on this one. But I'm sure we'll have more in the future. So make sure you go check that out. Download the app now. Use promo code HMA. New users get $50 off instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. All right. Let's jump over to some questions real quick. Blow. Boom, boom.
Looking for a direction to take my team. Think I'm one of the better teams, but feel like I lack running back depth and top end wide receiver talent. Thinking I should retool for 2027 as one of my picks should be top 2. I've tried acquiring some running backs, but people have them all valued high. Example, Breece Hall for 1.4 and Genty for London were both declined. So he sent 1.4 for Breece and they said no, and he sent London for Genty and he said no.
Correct.
You're curious on your direction of the team. If you think a slight retool for 2027 is in order, what would you do to maximize return on A.J. Brown, DK, Jacoby Myers? Any help? Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
So he's the Herbs. Is that what his team?
Yep.
So currently he's got Joe Burrow and Herbert, Daniel Jones, Jacoby. He's got Achane, and we weren't going to answer questions tonight. These fine gentlemen hit us with some tips, so I wanted to get you guys in, and not feel like we weren't feeling the love there. I very much appreciate that. Then he's got Achane, Stevenson, Krosky, Merritt, Tracy, Brooks, and Malik Davis. So, running back room has an ace in the hole, and then Ramondre is fine, but not a whole lot behind that. And then he's got Drake London, AJ Brown, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, DK Metcalf, Jacoby Myers, Noel, Thornton, Mitchell, Leggett, and Polk, and then Brock Bowers, Gunnar Helm, Mason Taylor, Schultz, Sinnott. Decent little running back room, and he has 104 in the rookie draft, which hasn't happened yet, and he has 2 first-round picks next year, and he doesn't have his second, but he has somebody else's second. And Mr. Low Score's team is not great. We can come down here and see what he's got. He's got Baker Mayfield and then no other quarterback. It's Justin Fields. He has Bijan and Scatterbo and Barkley, but then T. Higgins is his number 1 with Jalen McMillan as his number 2, and then Tyler Warren in that spot. So first piece of advice is you should probably just hang on to that guy's pick, right?
The top 2 pick.
That guy should be blowing. He should be selling Saquon Barkley and T. Higgins immediately. Unless he's just spite keeping them to make sure you don't have a better pick. It is.
It happens. It happens. It's part of the game.
It's tight end premium. It's 3 flexes, 2 wide receivers. So essentially, he was saying that it's hard to trade. That everyone has high values on running backs, but he said 1-4 for Brees didn't work, and Drake for Genty didn't work, which 1-4 for Brees in certain leagues could work, but I don't think that's like a slam dunk of saying like, hey, they value their running backs really high, and also Genty for London, you should say no. So
yeah, and I mean it's obvious. Every league is different. We say that in every scenario. Like a home league, sometimes running backs are tougher to get. Which direction should I head my team? He said, you got 2 first-round picks next year. He's got 2 1s next year. And you still got the 1-4 this year. So I love it when we get questions and you haven't had the rookie draft yet. So like you got options now to move that capital around in the 1-4 pick. And then you got 2 firsts next year, like Casey said. Definitely don't trade the other one, the bad team's pick, where you got an early 27-1. And I wouldn't be in a hurry to trade my 27-1 either. You think it's going to be late. You hope it's late because you got a good team. But just having 2 next year, multiple picks is always fun in a draft in the first round, but in the beloved 2027 draft, having 2 could be very valuable. So like you said, Casey, got the 2 Herbert and Burrow, stud quarterbacks. Daniel Jones gives you that third we were just talking about. Achane, good receivers. He said he's lacking wide receiver top end, but like Drake London and AJ Brown
and Zay being your third, that's fine.
And I mean Zay being your third, that's solid. And he's got Brock Bowers. Like, you're obviously a championship contender, and you got the 1-4. So you could get Tyson. You could trade back. You could trade up if you feel like you're like, hey, I had a team where I was at 4 and I wanted to go to 3 and get Cornell Tate because I just wanted to get out of the. But if Tyson wasn't hurt, he would be this conversation, and it not to take anything away from Tyson, but I wanted to get in the Cornell Tate's ready to be a stud right now conversation, and injuries have not been the problem. And I might have stepped out of a little bit of Jordan Tyson's upside to get out of some of that. Well, he's been hurt a bunch of times talk. And that was just one of my teams, but that was my thought process of moving from 4 to 3. And the guy may have wanted Jordan Tyson all the time. It wasn't an expensive move. What you think about that 1-4 pick for him, Casey? Or Chev?
Shout out to the men's team right now for getting a goal in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, I just saw. That's what I was looking at.
Go ahead, Chev.
No, I mean, I think, yeah, I do remember you pulled that off in FFD1, didn't you? Or was that FFD5?
5.
Yeah. So
5. I went up to get Tate.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Bastard. But the point being, I think that if you stick and pick and you're right there with Jordan Tyson potentially, or if somebody has Jordan Tyson as their wide receiver 1 and they want to select him at the 1-3, we don't recommend doing that, but you could do that also. and be stuck with Tate. So I'm good with standing pat or trading to the back end of the first round, like past, the tier drop off, the 1-9 to 112, where you land yourself a Denzel Boston or, Eli Stowers. This is tight end premium, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So, Eli Stowers is in play past 1-9, 110. It's actually ahead in our consensus rankings because of Jeremiah. So I like either you stick and pick, or because I'm not trying to move back into the Jadarian Price business, although that could help you. So if you wanted to trade back like 1.5, 1.6, if there's not like a Jadarian Price zealot, you should be able to pull that off. Goodness gracious. You should be able to pull that off, minor move back, pick up a third this year or pick up like a third next year.
2-3 swap
spots, just to do, just to kind of stay fluid there. But yeah, 1-4, and I mean I really like this roster, but there's some depth in other places that could hold you back from being, the 112 instead of the 1-9.
The good news here is there's no crazy dominant team here throughout looking at everybody's roster, right?
You're the top power ranking.
Right. Which, it is what it is. The power is semantics.
Yeah. It's very close
for who rates what and how the site rates things. But for me, I don't mind trying to use that 1-4 and something else to try to go find a running back. It's hard to, Brees is a good one, and Brees is on a team that's, they have the 105, and you said you already tried to trade the 104 for him. So, the Brees owner team, I guess he could consider himself good. I mean, his second receiver is Downs, but he's got Terry, so that's fun. I mean, the trade back to trying to get to an area where you can get Jadarian Price is certainly could be in play.
I would I would not go back with past 1.5. If I've seen people take Price at 4.
Sure.
I don't recommend that. I would rather have Tyson. But like you said, if you want to do a 2-3 swap or get a third, get something, get a shot at a dart throw running back later in the draft or something to move back that one spot to take Price at 1.5. I wouldn't go to 1.6 unless you're like, I'm fine having KC or I'm fine taking Sadiq or this or that. Like if you move back from 4 to 6 and Price goes at 5, how's that make you feel? Like that's where I would be at on that, and I would be fine with that. If you're not a Price guy, that's fine. Trade back as far as you want to go. I like Casey's idea of taking the 1.4, maybe adding something to it and going forward and finding somebody you like.
If you can find a guy that you really like and you can say, hey, I'm going to take this 104, and I know, God forbid, we trade any 27 picks, you got to keep Mr. Low Scores pick. Don't do anything with that first. But your own first, if you're adding another piece to this team, and anything can happen and we don't know, but generally should be a later first.
Right.
From kind of where you are.
Offer that for Judkins.
Right. You could
send the 1.4 for Judkins. And then when he says no, the 1.4 plus something small. And when he gets down to it, send your 27 first next year for Judkins.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Because, I mean, there are a lot of people like you that have joined me in the cement aisle, BigCo, on Quinshawn Judkins. So you can't just do it just singular 27 first for him.
Potentially. Who knows? This guy's team.
Because they won't take it?
They won't. I mean, they're not going to give up Judkins straight up.
They might.
You believe?
You could heat check
Maybe.
it.
Anything can happen.
But Judkins.
Maybe anything could happen.
Judkins is on an okay team. They're labeling them as a rebuilder on our site here, but I don't know that he necessarily needs to be a rebuilder.
Let me say this while you're looking at some stuff, Casey. What direction should you? Obviously, 1.4. You got your rookie draft coming up, but you got Ramondre Stevenson as your RB2, and JCM could make some noise, and you'd have Jacoby Myers that could be your 4. Jordan Addison's unplayable, unstartable right this second. He's like a really, really good player. And he can score points in bunches if the ball comes his way, but just because of the way the Vikings quarterback situation played out last year, he had to sit on your benches. Jordan Addison is a young stud. DK Metcalf is an older stud. Like you have players that can play. You got 3 stud wide receivers to get started, and then you're talking about Jordan Addison, DK, and Jacoby Myers. So like you could go into week 1 and not do anything. I mean, you could use 1-4 to back up and get Price, or you could 1-4 and add something to it. You could take 1-4, and if you just want to get rid of DK because that's your style, DK plus 1-4 gets me the best running back available, blah, blah, blah. But like, you don't necessarily have to make a big move right this second. You could be 5 weeks in the season and see if your quarterbacks stay healthy. 5 weeks in the season, see if Brock Bowers is staying healthy. See if Drake London and AJ Brown stay healthy together. You could be 5-0 after 5 weeks, and you haven't made a deal at all. Or you could be 2-3 and had some bad luck. And then you're like, all right, what do I do now? Like if you have some bad luck and AJ Brown gets hurt and Justin Herbert gets hurt, we've seen Joe Burrow be hurt a bunch. All of a sudden you're like, I wish I had that other first round pick, So like, you don't always have to make a move. Obviously making moves are fun. And the most fun part about Dynasty for me is trying to find a way to make a move. But like, to me, it could be DK Metcalf could be just fine next year. Jacoby Myers could be your second flex every week, right? So like, don't feel the pressure. Like Gunnar Helm, great tight end too. That could be a good spark for your team. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense, Casey? Too. Like you don't have to go right. And somebody said, I've seen some things saying that the scheme change in Washington could be huge for Ben Sinnott.
I saw that too. Man.
Yeah, I mean, this is like you said, BigCo, and then this is I go back to this advice a reasonable amount with people in this situation is just being like, you don't have to do anything. You can have some patience. I know it feels like you need to do something, and it's not always the most fun advice, but that's usually the advice that pays off the best. Like you said, trying to take DK and the 104 and do something with it to buy a running back isn't a bad idea.
Kenny Walker, maybe without even DK, you might be able to get Kenny Walker for the 1-4 straight up potentially.
Right. You could see how far back you have to move with the 104 to get just like a David Montgomery, Obviously, this guy's over here. He doesn't have a 26 pick actually. Obviously I'm not trading the 104 for David Montgomery, but
but Montgomery is the kind of guy that somebody would give you just to go from like 1-7 to 1-4 potentially.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like how far back do I have to go and stay in the first roundish and then, hey, I can pick another player, or I could trade back again, pick up some more value somewhere and get an extra, second round receiver on my team or something. What do you got, Chev? Looked like you were going in there.
I said it a couple weeks ago with another team, another roster, or not a roster. This isn't a roster review. I guess it kind of is, but yeah. This Giant Squids, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, go for the title.
For 1-4. Let's lock it in.
I don't hate it. That's like the ultimate dynasty question. Like Jordan Tyson, 21-year-old potential stud. Christian McCaffrey, a bad injury puts him at a law firm next year, or he could be RB1 for 3 years in a row.
I don't send this trade. This is with the caveat. I don't send this trade until we're comfortably in training camp.
That's what I'm saying. The rookie draft might be next week. That's the only problem. Like, I wouldn't be wanting to pick up Christian McCaffrey until week 1 either. So you
should still be able to, you'd probably still be able to
take Jordan Tyson
for McCaffrey for most likely. But
for sure.
This guy's got some old running backs and a bad team. This guy should be liquidating.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's always
an old team.
I look at. I'm like, okay, is Jordan Tyson going to help me bring home money this year, or do I need to go get? I mean, CTE Scat Pack. You send the 1-4 to Mr. Low Score for CTE Scat Pack. Does that work?
Rather have Tyson.
You would rather have Tyson than Scatabo?
Yeah.
That's great. BigCo's a big Scatabo supporter too.
I know.
I am.
Just 17 points a game, just stamped in your lineup.
Yeah,
You'd rather
I
have
mean,
Jordan Tyson.
$104 and DK Metcalf. Can I? Is Rashi Rice and David Montgomery too risky for that?
Oh boy.
Oh, I would take. Yeah, I'd pick up Rashee Rice for sure. But Jordan Tyson is going ahead of Cam Scatabo by
Sure.
a round. Just throwing that out there.
Anyway, let's move on to the next question. We've thrown some stuff out there. Join the Discord. Hop on in there. You can link right from the from your profile there, and come on in. Let's talk some more questions. Ask us some more questions. We are about to have the Patreon be gone and everything linked right on the website. So for $7, you're going to be getting the extra episode. You're going to be getting all the rankings and everything in the first tier on the website, plus the Discord, all for $7. And Patreon will be out of there real soon. So come on by. You can join the free Discord too and ask the question. I'm not trying to say you got to do that. All right, let's see. We got one more question in here for the $10 homie, I believe. Who threw
that
it
was
out.
the $10. Go to the $5.
That was.
Yep.
All right. Let's check him off. And we'll go to the $5. All right. Looking at my team, what do you think? Do I have enough production to take the chip? We're in the second year. We have a side pot that can be paid out in 4 years after a team repeats championship. The fuck does that mean? It could be paid out
if you go back to back, but I guess it just can't be next year. It can't be like in the first 3 years. It has to go 4 years. Just in case somebody won it early. I kind of like that. It gives you you can't just get all the Travis Kelce's of the world and win it in 2 years and then the league's over. So basically, side pot doesn't kick in for the first 3 years. That's not a bad rule. I like that.
I was thinking if you won back, like the side pot runs for 4 years, and if you win it twice in there, you get it at after the 4 years. But either way, semantics. I'm trying to grab that, which would be 27, 28, 29 seasons.
He's basically saying I'm going for the back-to-back in 2 years.
Yeah.
Everybody is, buddy.
Trying to build a team that fits that window. Recently traded CMC and CMC and Ladd, sent away Lamb. Traded for CMC and Ladd, sent away Lamb. Praying and counting CMC takes me to the promised land. I know my team has the most value, but a lot of that is draft capital for the future. Unsure if I should turn some of that into production and push for the win, or bide my time for the next 2 years. League mates call me the negotiator because I'm always trying to make trades. Worried I could trade myself out of contention. Do I need to just sit still, the team I've built, or push for a win? Well, I think you just said you traded for CMC and got rid of Lamb. Is that?
Yeah. What's the name of his team?
Love Thy Neighbors.
Okay.
So he's got Herbert, Mahomes, Simpson, Brissett. So they've done the rookie draft. Jeremiah Love, Breece Hall, Christian McCaffrey, David Montgomery, Tootin, Coleman, Krosky Merritt, Dylan Sampson, Neighbors, Wilson, Ladd, Tyson, Lemon, Wilson, Fields, Evans, and Shakir, Harold Fanning, Stowers, and Travis Kelce. He's got 3 first-round 27 picks and 2 first-round 28 picks.
This is the perfect example of a dynasty league where somebody already knew what they were doing, and you got a really juggernaut of a team. So this is a really good roster. You got obviously you had all the picks this year because you got Jordan Tyson and Lemon and Stowers. You already had 3 first-round picks this year at a minimum, and Jeremiah Love. So you had the 1-1. And so you had all the picks this year already, and you got 3 next year and 2 first rounders in 2028. So like, this is a guy who got some buddies together and started a dynasty league and knew what he was doing and beat the heck out of everybody. And good for you. So I understand why now. It was a little choppy when Casey was reading it because it's like, why are you trading Lamb for CMC? But I get it because you're loaded and you can try to win. It looks like you're going to be ready to win now, you know?
Right. That would be my question: is why are we waiting for the next 2 years and not this? Is that just because the window opens up then?
Yeah, it just seems like the pot. Just go ahead and start winning. Somebody's got to win the championship. Why not be you now and keep going? I mean, you're a dominant team with dominant draft picks, and so you got a nice blend of youth and studs, and you got the draft picks. So just keep it rolling.
Yeah, I mean, your weak spot really potentially long term is maybe running back, but I mean,
not yeah, not
you got
Jordan-
CMC
right
and
now he's got
Montgomery, but then
he's
you
got
got
Jeremiah
Love
Love
and
and Brees
Brees,
Hall, Christian
and you got
McCaffrey,
Tootin down there and Coleman.
and with those 3 first-round picks in the 27 rookie class next year, you got so much, firepower next year in the holster. You might upgrade wide receiver 3 and 4, and if you want to upgrade over Fannin, right? I mean, maybe you take Eli Stowers and add something to him because he's unproven, probably good, but like Fannin is a producer, so I would take Eli Stowers and try to trade him and go into springboard into a Tyler Warren situation.
This
Just
is a 10
make him more of
teamer,
a guarantee. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
a 10 teamer, and it's a shallow start. So it's one flex, 2 wide receivers. Should have led off with this. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. So you don't have 1 super flex. So
start 8.
that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so
not
I'd be
a lot.
ready to be. Smaller 10 teamer and not a lot of starters, but when you have less starters and you have the super flex, your quarterbacks are everything. So I'll be ready to be fluid and do something about you have no third, you have Ty Simpson and Brissett. Obviously Brissett helped me win a championship in one of my teams last year. Ty Simpson sits in a spot that could be really productive. I may want to bring in another quarterback that makes me feel better or tear up from. Yeah, maybe you're not feeling great about Patrick Mahomes coming off a knee injury. He's obviously steady Eddie, and I don't feel bad about Mahomes on any of my teams, and I'm buying any dip on Mahomes. And when you have a very short starting roster and you get to put 2 quarterbacks in every week, that's where I would try to. You got the running backs, you got Jeremiah Love and McCaffrey, Brees Hall, Montgomery, got a couple good wide receivers. I would try to upgrade my quarterback. It's crazy to say upgrade quarterback when you got Herbert and Mahomes, but like maybe if you have an injury,
Insurance.
now you're looking for a little quarterback insurance and maybe getting a little bit more out of your tight. Fannin's a stud. I just tried to put him in the damn,
Cornerstones.
cornerstone.
All the picks that he has they do look like the better players in the league picks. So they should be a little later. So I wouldn't be scared to trade away a 27 pick here and a 28 pick,
Obviously yours first. Trade your pick. Keep the other 2.
Yeah, the other 2 guys have good teams too, but he's guys got a good team. Chev, go ahead.
Tyler Shuck. Jay just let me cook. Tyler Shuck for one of those first.
Ooh, picking up a third for one of those first. Would just let me cook. Yeah.
I'd go to the 2028 first.
Yeah.
I'd go down the list a little bit. I'd try to keep those 327.
I mean, don't start with the best offer, but
yeah.
If you're looking for the insurance because everything else is it's so shallow and BigCo like that's such a great point that those quarterbacks in the shallow could make a difference. And we've talked till we're blue in the face about how much we believe in Kellen Moore. That kind of stood out to me. If you're going to do something other than just kind of sit, I mean, you could finagle something else, try to finagle like a little pick swap, like something in there to make this make sense for helping your roster down the line. But yeah, if we're following the breadcrumbs that BigCo just laid out, I mean, I look at Tyler Shuck and I'm like, man, I could get him off of this dude because that dude needs as many picks as possible. And I might need some Patrick Mahomes insurance through the first 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, and you could go with the Patrick Mahomes plus a little bit might get you Caleb Williams. Same idea. The shorter the starting lineup, like you don't have as many flex positions to make up for that top spot of every position. So like as good as Harold Fannin is, I'll be using some of that firepower to try to turn that into, Tyler Warren or better. Try to come out. Why don't you have Brock Bowers if you have all that ammo? Why don't you have Trey McBride if you have all that ammo? Because everybody has a starter tight end.
Yeah.
You don't have 4 flexes to make up for those. Oh, well, he's got Brock Bowers and I got, 4 Garrett Wilsons I got my flex number 1, 2, 3, 4 or 15-point wide receivers. When the shorter the starting lineup, the more it needs to be as high powered as it can get, especially the shorter starting lineup and a 10-man league. I'm trying to, and I'm not, maybe you take Fannin and go up, but Fannin would be like so sick if you could take Stowers, who again might be great, but we've seen Fannin be electric. And so like if you take Stowers plus, and you go work Stowers and Lemon, Stowers and Tyson, and keep pushing and try to come up with some more firepower.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you're trying to upgrade the highest end of your starting lineup, right? That's what you're trying to do. You only have to start 2 wide receivers. You need 1 flex. Look, you have 3 picks and another guy has 2, so that's 5 picks.
Right.
It's half the league.
Exactly. Yep.
Right. So you're in control and the other guys have, obviously then 5 other guys, there's 10 picks. You between you two, there's 5. So a couple guys don't have first. I'm going to mostly, for the most part, people are thirsty for the 27s. I'm going to just chill out. I'm going to hang out. And then I'm going to wait until those teams that don't have first or are realizing that they're bad be there. And then I'm just going to be there and just, that's, whenever you never heard like when you're like trying to get a chick to sleep with you or be your girl. You just got to be there. You just got to be around. I'm gonna just be there. I'm gonna be there. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait until you guys I'm gonna be a buzzard. I'm gonna just wait until you guys, I'm just circling around the league until people figure out that they stink for this league. And then I'm gonna go
last call.
I'm gonna come in here. Right. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna scoop out the best player on the guy who's going to give me the most value for one of these firsts or whatever. And upgrade, like Nico Collins was somebody who was sticking out to me of like, people are down on him, but he could come in here and definitely give you a top 5 season. This team's not terrible, but not awesome. I like upgrading the tight end position. Quarterback wise, I don't know what the passing touchdown is. If it's 4, I would maybe try to find one of the guys who runs. If it's 6,
love that.
Both Mahomes and Herbert run enough though.
Right.
If it's 6, Mahomes and Herbert, I'm straight.
If you're 6, that's a good point. If it's 6, you're more than fine. Even though, like I said, no reason to try to find a third now, not to try to find a third or go up. But if it's 4, then the rushing becomes that much. More valuable
to me. I'm gonna mostly hang. You're in a position that you can take, like Marvin Harrison is not somebody who's off limits for you. You can be a little risky on some play if you're gonna get good value on Marv is what I'm saying. Like you can kind of hang around, wait around, make sure you get as much value as you can out of a trade. You don't have to do anything to do it. You're chilling. Like you're gonna have points regardless. You got a good lineup. You can go up against anybody in the league at any point. Throughout, and like you said, you're built for a little bit of now and a little bit of later. You've got plenty of equity, so you're in the driver's seat of kind of what you want to do. And I know that's the point of what you're asking us, but like, this is again, and I feel like I come back to the same thing a lot of the times, especially when you're in a position like this, like you don't have to do anything. You just need to just chill out and wait around until you can get the right combination and the right negotiation together where you go, all right, well, everything he's wanting to sell me is below my market, right?
Yeah.
And so now I'm getting this plus a little extra when I'm making these deals. And at some point, some of these bad teams, they're going to want picks in 27. It's their only way out, right? So and you have a couple of them, and I'm not saying that you want to get rid of all of them, and you have a 28. So like one of those 27s and one of those 28s, you could go do some damage at some point. And you have enough depth to kind of be swapping stuff out and around. Like you also have, you can assume risk on Rashee Rice on your team.
Well said.
Right. You know, that's kind of what you can do. So that's kind of the way that I would look at that one. Anyway, so we want to wrap this one up, boys. Chev, you got anything else you want to say?
No, I mean that's the 10 team. Like it being so much more of a shallow league. You're big game hunting to try to tier up to, hey, can I go from a guy who has top 5 potential to what do I have to do to get to like the big dog? And hopefully somebody has a really crappy team that you can take advantage of with those picks. But patience is a virtue here.
Yeah, just you go get the best deals that you can. You don't, like I said, there's no reason for you to go out there and be like, yeah, I'm going to settle for this right now because it's all I've been getting and I've exhausted all my trade options. You're not in that position, right? You don't have to get creative on how to get the most value out of something. You can be in the money makers, value losers. You can be in the ascending tier, and you can be in the prove it. Like all your buckets are open pretty much. Like you don't have any limits to closing off. Hey, these 3 buckets, they're not for you. You got all the buckets, Bubba. Like you got them all. And this that's a great position to be in. And that, roster reviews are going to drop July 1st, right? But and we're doing these buckets now to kind of give you a little preview of how some of the roster reviewing engine is going to work. But like that's going to be part of it is like, hey, your 3-year window looks really good. All your buckets are open, man. You're in position to win now and win later. You're limitless. Like you are in you could have the rest of the league in the fetal position for a minute.
That's true. It's true.
You have him in downward facing dog too.
Jadarian Price or Tyler Shuck?
Tyler Shuck.
Woo! Cam Ward, Tucker Kraft.
Tucker Kraft.
Not, it was PPR. Still Kraft.
Oh, yeah, still Tucker Kraft.
Xavier Worthy or an early 27 third?
Worthy all day.
Worthy.
Marv or Jared Goff?
Marv.
Ooh, golf slander. Brock or Warren?
Brock.
All right. Quinshawn Judkins or Travion Henderson? There we go.
Both.
Tough swipe. Flag it.
Flag it. Oh, we're tweeting that out. We're tweeting that out tomorrow. For the tough, you guys, I believe can hit. Can anybody hit the tough swipes? If you hit the help button, it'll send it to the tough swipes. We're gonna tweet a bunch of the tough swipes out, and we're gonna be tweeting out trades from the trade database that you guys can flag and we can flag. So if you guys want a trade that you went down in your league that you think was a good, interesting trade, you can hit us up with it as long as you're on the website and signed up for the website, which I'm not really sure what you're doing if you're not. Make sure you go and say, hey, why don't you tweet out this trade? It was a nail biter. Who won this one? We can go ahead and take care of that for you. And then we got a cool personal rankings update here that's about to come down the line of after you do all your swipes for your 1,000, you're going to basically get a rankings pool then, and you can port it over and you then, hey, you did your swipes and it got you close, but hey, now you can come in here and you can port it right over into like the ranking builder that we have, and you can move your guys around, right? So now you're going to be building your own rankings, and then every 30 days, you're just going to have to do the 50 swipes on each range or whatever, and it'll keep rebuilding your personal rankings, which will keep your rankings tool basically
up
unlocked.
To date.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll lock out after 30 days if you haven't done your swipes. So you guys will have that option. And I know that we were just doing the buckets thing and that, but we got this cool little like badge system that we're working on here to do different things. And that will also be available to you guys in the rankings things when we're doing that as well. So, it's just kind of video game-esque here. Like you can press these buttons and there's a bunch of different things to kind of check off as, what Josh Allen is or what Bijan is from a trajectory standpoint. Like, where's he at, or where's Jamar Chase? We got Target Hog for Jamar Chase, but you could, just a kind of a fun way to let you have some fun with it. And we're
obviously
gonna,
that doesn't matter at the top, but when you get down there to the other players, that'll be pretty cool.
right. And then we're thinking of maybe having some that are automated throughout. Like, hey, if you're hitting these thresholds, you get these badges, and then we'll have badges for certain things that do come into play, like market stuff, right? Like we have, hey, we think that this is a market sell. We want to put, so then you can go over there and just say, hey, well, there's a market sell.
Yeah.
Right. Not that that's what I think there, but there's a hidden treasure. This Josh, he's under the radar, right? So, and obviously, this was mostly all, we got the cool little buckets here, which we'll do more of on the next show. We'll do the glue guys and we'll do the lotto picks and stuff, but had a lot of fun tonight. Appreciate you guys for joining us. We'll be back Wednesdays. Wednesdays are the day at 8:30. I just went and saw Goose last night, so not to be confused with geese. But yeah, so we'll be back on Wednesdays, answer some more questions, and we'll see you guys then. Roster reviews, July 1st. Peace.